A box of bullets and all of them got your name on it.
What's good, everybody? What's good? It's your boy, Cardinal Bud Crawford. We're back for another one. New topic real fast. New topic for today. New topic. Learn something. What Terence Crawford should take from Haney versus Kambosos to make the Errol Spence Jr. Undisputed fight. What can Terence Crawford learn from Devin Haney and George Kambosos? First off, I want to say, give a big shout out to George Kambosos, man. Even though he lost, he did it with dignity, man. He's a real stand-up guy. He gave Devin Haney his opportunity. And, Devin Haney, shouts out to you, my friend. You took advantage of that opportunity. And you went in there, you showed, you proved, and you are now the man. The undisputed king is Devin Haney. So, congratulations to you, my friend. Alright, now what can Terence Bud Crawford learn from these two fighters? And mostly, he could learn something from George Kambosos too, because George Kambosos, he had to wait around for Teofimo Lopez for them to make that fight. And I knew when they canceled it the second time that lit a fire under George Kambosos' butt. And I knew Teofimo was about to get knocked off. I had called that fight months before it had happened. I kept my hands off this Devin Haney Kambosos situation because I was kind of torn between the two, so I didn't want to give my opinion on it. I just let them box it out. May the best man win. Now, what can Terence Crawford learn from Devin Haney and George Kambosos? Well, mostly from Devin Haney. Devin Haney, he didn't cry about the money like Terence Crawford's crying about the money. Devin Haney didn't complain about the venue. I'm pretty sure he didn't want it to have to go down that way, but he didn't complain about the venue like Terence Crawford is doing. Devin Haney did not let the fact that the fight was happening in Australia distract him from the end goal, which is those title belts. Those title belts get you what you want. You have to win to move on. So he did not let money distract him. He didn't let venues distract him. He didn't let the fact that he had to go to another country distract him. He knew, I need those title belts to be the man. And he went and he showed and he proved. And this is why I give Devin Haney a lot of credit, to where I don't give Terence Crawford a lot of credit, because he does more complaining and crying and whining than any other fighter next to Mayweather I've ever seen. It's almost ridiculous at this point. And it's almost to the point where we're never going to get this undisputed fight if he don't stop whining, complaining, and just sign the contract. At the end of the day, the money doesn't matter. At the end of the day, the venue don't matter. At the end of the day, you just need to go fight this man. If you have the talent to win, go beat him, take his titles, and you will be the man. And then you get to command all type of dollars amounts. You don't even have to immediately rematch the man. You can go fight somebody else, and put another notch on your belt. Or you can immediately rematch him and get an even bigger dollar amount for the rematch. So I think what he can learn from Devin Haney is being humble, having humility, being a man of his word, showing and proving, letting your skills speak for themselves, and just being a boxer at the end of the day. Because it seems like it seems like he wants to do more negotiating than boxing. It seems like he wants to do more Floyd Mayweather tactics than boxing. It seems like, you know, for everybody who says that he's the #1 fighter in the world, he's making all y'all look stupid because he's not even actually getting in the ring and proving it. You know, every opportunity that he's had to get in the ring and prove that he is the #1 boxer in the world, you know, when he could have gotten in the ring with guys like Pacquiao and really gotten a pat on the back for getting that win, you know, he turned it down. When he could have gotten in the ring and actually even things up with Errol Spence and fought Ugas, you know, he went the other way and went and fought Shawn Porter, a complete nobody who had been laid off for 2 years. And now you have this golden goose just laying in your lap. Errol Spence went out, did all the hard work, collected all the belts, except the one that you're holding hostage in a headlock. And he did all the work. And now you're demanding for this man to pay you all of this extra money, give you the venue, and give you all this extra stuff just to make the fight. And it makes you look like a crybaby who's preparing himself to lose. That's how I feel. I think Terence Crawford is a crybaby who's preparing himself to lose. And, you know, prove me wrong. Get in the ring and do what Devin Haney did. Get in the ring and beat Errol Spence's ass. Because at the end of the day, that's all that matters. That's all that matters. That money don't matter. Listen, you can write whatever check you want to after you win that Undisputed fight. You can cash out a million times after you win that Undisputed fight. You're going to be the man after you win that Undisputed fight. Nobody knew who George Kambosos was until he whooped Teofimo Lopez's ass. He had to do that. He had to show and prove for people to give him respect. And he did exactly that. And not only did he do that, he waited around for nearly a year to show and prove. You know, it's not like Errol Spence offered you a contract and has been stringing you along for a year and a half trying to make the fight. No, he's trying to get you to sign off on a contract so y'all can go ahead and make the fight and get this thing over with. Because in actuality, Errol Spence has bigger fish to fry at 154. He got bigger paydays he wants to go and get. And he can't go get those bigger paydays really until he goes through Terence Crawford. Now, a lot of people saying, I think a lot of Terence Crawford fans, they want him to stall this thing out. They want him to wait as long as he possibly can, because I think they're preparing themselves to lose as well. And if they lose, they have nobody else to hang their hat on. You know, it's funny because I think that when Mayweather stopped doing professional boxing fights, his fan base got split into two. I used to always say, what's going to happen to the Mayweather fans after Mayweather's no longer doing professional fights once he retires? Well, what ended up happening is one half of that fan base went with Errol Spence. The other half of that fan base went with Terence Crawford. And, you know, it's funny because I've always felt like Mayweather had the most whiny, brattish fans in the sport of boxing. And it's like, you know, those old Mayweather fans that are now Terence Crawford fans have become so disgruntled with the fact that Errol Spence won't bend and won't conform and won't just do what they want him to do, because he's the man at the moment, and they're so used to getting their way with Floyd Mayweather, just getting everything to go his way. And that was only because he built himself into a marketable entity, and he was undefeated, and he was a heel. And that's what he learned from the WWF, how to sell yourself as a heel to attract more fans, even the fans that hate you and only tune in to see you lose. But it's making you umpteen millions of dollars. And it's like these fans are so used to getting their way, and now that they're Terence Crawford fans and they're not getting their way, they become whiny little children. And and just like Terence Crawford, all they do is whine and complain and whine and complain. Well, you didn't give me a lollipop. I wanted a lollipop and some juice. I wanted a cupcake and some potato chips. And it's just like, it's so, you know, boxing is a man, you know, it's a grown-up sport. Boxing is a grown-up sport. And it's hard to deal with childlike fans sometimes, man. It's hard to deal with these childish fans who really don't even know the sport, who don't study the sport, probably never even hit a punching bag before. All they do is watch a guy that they like his personality, and then they start emulating what he does, and then they want to come spew that garbage to you. And you know, I'm kind of over it, and I you know, at this point I would hope that Terence Crawford learned something from Devin Haney and George Kambosos, but mostly Devin Haney, and the fact that he didn't have his father there, he didn't have his full team there, he had to go to another country, he had to take a pay cut, he had to take, you know, there was so many obstacles that could have blocked this fight from happening, that if it was Terence Crawford, this fight would have never happened. That and Devin, and I know I give Devin Haney so much credit, and I put him on such a high pedestal now, because he didn't let any of those distractions distract him from the end goal, which is becoming undisputed champion. He's like, man, I don't care how I gotta get it. I'm more talented than you, and I'm going showing, and I'm going proving. And that's exactly what he did. He got in the ring, he showed it, he proved it. You know, I'm still a George Kambosos fan at heart. You know, I hate to see the man go down like that, but you know, it is what it is. Talent prevails. You know, all the time. If you have better talent, you deserve to win. If you put in the work, you deserve to win. If you had to go through a bunch of adversity, and adversity made you a better fighter at the end of the day, you deserve to win. And I can't do nothing but credit that man. So Terence Crawford, you need to learn from these younger guys. These guys that you're supposed to be setting an example for within the sport, that you're supposed to be number one at. You know, you become another Pretty Madonna Mayweather instead of a stand-up boxer like Devin Haney and George Kambosos. I think I'm gonna end it there. Let me know what y'all think about that down in the comment section. Hit that like button for me. Please subscribe, tell a friend, share. Holler at me on all social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. It's your boy Cardinal Red. Bud Crawford if you're nasty. But you guys learn, man. You guys learn and take notes from Devin Haney, man. That's how you're supposed to do it. You don't complain, you don't whine, you don't Mayweather your way out of nothing, man. You go and you show and you prove. And it's your boy, and we are out of here.
I told my partner, mama, don't worry, I got them niggas.